The year was 2012. A team of researchers from Cambridge University were surveying the shores of Lake Turkana in Kenya. It's a remote and unforgiving landscape, hot, dry, isolated. They weren't expecting to find much. Then one of the researchers stopped. Bones, human bones, scattered across the ancient lake bed. At first, they thought it was an isolated burial, but as they kept looking, more bones appeared, then more, then more. 27 individuals in total, men, women, children, the youngest just 6 months old. None of them had been buried. They had simply been left where they fell, like they didn't matter, like whoever did this didn't care, like they wanted them to be forgotten. They almost were, for 10,000 years, until science gave them a voice. When forensic anthropologists began examining the bones, what they found was nothing short of horrifying. This was not a battle. This was not a skirmish. This was a massacre, carefully planned, ruthlessly executed. The evidence told the whole story. 10 of the 27 skeletons showed clear signs of violent death, extreme blunt force trauma to the skulls, broken hands, shattered knees, crushed ribs. These people didn't just die, they were destroyed. But the most chilling piece of evidence, an obsidian bladelet, still embedded in one man's skull. His attacker had driven a blade so deep into his head that it stayed there for 10,000 years, waiting to be found, waiting to tell his story. And then there were the bound hands. Several skeletons showed fracture patterns, consistent with their hands being tied behind their backs. These people were restrained, they were helpless, and their attackers knew exactly what they were doing. But nothing prepared researchers for what they found next. Among the remains of the victims was a woman in the final stages of pregnancy, her hands bound, face down in the shallow water at the lake's edge. She never had a chance. Neither did her unborn child. So, who did this? 10,000 years ago, the shores of Lake Turkana were home to hunter-gatherer communities. They fished, they hunted, they survived. But resources were scarce. Water was everything. And Lake Turkana was one of the most valuable water sources in all of Africa. Theory 1, rival group attack. The weapons found at the scene were not local. Obsidian blades, stone projectile points. These materials came from far away, meaning the attackers traveled a long distance specifically to attack this group. This was not a chance encounter. This was planned. Theory 2, resource war. 10,000 years ago, the climate was changing. Water sources were disappearing across Africa. Communities were desperate. Killing a rival group meant taking their fishing grounds, their water, their survival. Theory 3, revenge attack. Some researchers believe this massacre was retaliation. The victims may have attacked first, and this was the response. Swift, total, merciless. Whoever did this left no survivors to tell the tale. They vanished back into the ancient landscape and were never found. When scientists analyzed the bones more carefully, they made a discovery that changed everything. These 27 people were not warriors. They showed no signs of previous violence, no healed wounds, no battle scars. These were ordinary people, fishermen, mothers, children, going about their lives. Until that morning. DNA analysis revealed they came from multiple family groups. They were not all from the same clan, which means the attackers didn't target one family. They targeted an entire community. Every man, every woman, every child, and the bound hands told the darkest story of all. Binding someone's hands requires time. It requires thought. It requires a decision. Someone looked at a pregnant woman, made a conscious choice, and tied her hands. This was not rage. This was not panic. This was cold, calculated, deliberate. The Nataruk massacre is now considered the world's oldest confirmed evidence of organized warfare. 10,000 years ago, humans were already capable of planning, traveling long distances, and systematically eliminating an entire community. Nothing about us has changed. The 27 victims of Nataruk have no names, no graves, no monuments. For 10,000 years they lay where they fell, at the edge of a lake, forgotten by history, until Cambridge University researchers gave them back their story. Today, the site is carefully preserved. Scientists continue to study the remains, hoping to learn more about who these people were and who destroyed them. The Nataruk massacre remains unsolved. No killer was ever found. No motive confirmed. Just 27 ordinary people who went to the water one morning and never came back. If you want to see the next case, the assassination of a pharaoh, murdered by someone who shared his bed inside his own palace 3,000 years ago, subscribe, because on this channel, the dead always get their story told.